All right. Hello, everyone. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I do not know what happened. My my camera stopped working. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Hold on. Okay, you should be able to hear me now, right? 1 second. Gosh, this is just annoying. What is going on? No. Okay. You can hear me still. I hope you can hear me. You can hear me, Mary. Okay. Yes. Let me just give a clap of hands. What in the world is going on here in the house of PDina? Oh my gosh. Woo! Yes. And Otis wants to says he's here to give his support. Thank you so much, Otis. I appreciate the support. It's just like, what's going on? What's going on, Mr. Otis? What's going on? And then my other light bulb isn't on. Let me turn it on. Hold on 1 second, Mr. Otis. Hold on. Okay, Otis. Yes. Otis wants to be a part of the fam. He's part of the family. Okay. All right, hold it. Sit down. Okay. Yes, Mr. Otis. Okay, so welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. And I apologize once again. I apologize. Wow. You thought Otis had put his bum on the camera. Hey, that would be something he would do, okay? He would. That's something he would do. Like I'm literally sitting and he'll come and just sit on my foot. Like what? Like he wants to be as close as possible all the time. All the time. It's just dog ownership, man. I know a lot of you can relate. Okay, Otis, sit down. Otis, sit down. Sit. Can you sit, Otis? Sit down. There you go. Good doggy. Good doggy. Okay. I don't know why my widescreen isn't on, so you don't see Otis as much. Okay, there we go. Okay, so thanks for being here, everyone. Yes, Otis is trying to take over. He is. But we're going to try to persevere, even though he tries to take over. Okay, sit down, Otis. Sit down. So, what are we talking about today? So, if you are here, this is I really need your likes today because let me tell you something. What I had to go through to get this thing working, please like this live if you could, please, at this moment. Please, because I am not sure what's happening. Let's say hi, Otis. Let's say hi. Otis, Say hi. Say hi to the people. Otis, say hi. Say hi, Otis. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, Otis. Say hi. Okay, so what are we talking about today? Thank you. Oh, Lizzie B is here. Thank you, Lizzie B. I wasn't sure if you were going to be here. I know that so Janice Fisher, she said Otis owns me. Okay, he owns me. Pretty much what he wants, I have to do. That's right, or he'll show me, won't he? He will. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, Lizzie B. I really appreciate that you are here. Uh, book reveals new. Okay, yes. So there, yes, I did do this. Here, let me show this right here. Yes, thank you so much, Lizzie B. So yes, I was recently on Dan's show, and we were talking about some of the new allegations that are in Tom Bower's book, and we talked about one of the employees who actually collapsed on the plane with Megan, who's Megan's employee or someone that works for her. And we had a nice conversation about that. So thank you for posting that, Lizzie B. Yes, thank you so much for watching that. Thank you. Thank you. So I am today just kind of like one of my little down days. I have a lady that supports me, that works with me in my, my nonprofit work, and she was out sick today, so I wasn't able to um do some things, and it just kind of got backed up with a lot of craziness. So that just happens sometimes. But thanks for all of your understanding. You all know what it's like. I'm a one woman show here. I got my help for, my charity work, and she helps with some of the stuff here for my YouTube channel. But there were a few things that I wanted to talk to you all about today. And I'm open to talking about some other things as well. But I wanted to address, and I had to restart my whole computer. So I had to close out everything that I had up. So I have to repost or put it up here so we can talk about it. But maybe just pull it up here. But I wanted to talk about Megan's Instagram post that she with her daughter, and there's just some things that are happening with Megan that are like, does she not understand what is going on with her and how people see her and everything? Yeah, I think that these most recent posts with her daughter, I don't understand. I have a theory about it. But I want to just talk to you about my theory around it, because I just consider it very odd what is happening. And then also this right here, some people that unfollowed her on her Instagram. So we're going to take a look at that. Let's see here. Yes, that we're going to take a look at. And we're going to just kind of take some of your questions and talk about this whole thing with Tom Bower's book coming out. Now, what I did hear is that this book is going to be released in the UK first, and it's not going to be available in the States. And I think it was coming out on the 26th of this month in the UK, but I hadn't confirmed when it was coming out. Let me see. Here in the States. Let me see. New book Betrayal. So maybe you guys can. I hadn't found any information. Maybe it is out since I last looked, but to see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So power, betrayal, power, deceit, and the fight for the future of the royal family. So this book is about the British crown is in crisis with constitutional threats at home and abroad. Since their infamous Megxit split from the royal family, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have dominated global headlines. Ferociously controversial, we know that is true. Ferociously controversial, not least for demanding privacy while seeking the spotlight. And that's part of the thing that I wanted to talk to you about with Meghan's Instagram post with her daughter most recently. So that is definitely going to be, just because this is in Tom Bower's description of the book, that's a big piece, and that's what I wanted to hit on as well. The Sussexes have remained a subject of a gripping fascination for both supporters and cynics alike. Both camps are united on one platform. What is the end game? And that's interesting that he says that, because that was the title of Omid Scobie's book, Endgame, that he wrote in, favor of the royals. So I think that is very telling to say that. So, fighting to preserve their royal titles and privileges in their attempts to create a Sussex brand, the couple have fueled bitter hostility, accusations of disloyalty in the media, and the infamous publication of Spare. The Sussexes have reeled their successive Netflix flops and their doomed collaboration with Spotify, only to be ridiculed for Meghan's self-invention as a domestic goddess. At a landmark moment in royal history, the Sussexes' challenge to the British monarchy echoes worldwide. The fallout always threatens to be catastrophic. Just 5 years on from Megxit, can King Charles overcome the scandals that blight the family and limit the Sussexes' threat to the monarchy? Can the broken bonds between the houses of Sussex and Windsor ever be repaired? Or will the king choose to strip them of their titles and banish them forever? The Sussexes are in a race against time to solve their predicament. With intimidable research and exclusive interviews from insiders, Britain's leading investigative biographer Tom Bower exposes the latest contortions in the explosive royal saga of power and betrayal. So this is the overarching description of what this book has been about. As you all know, I was speaking with Victoria's Voice, and we did go over some of the items that are going to be in this book, as well as I spoke to some newer information that came out. I spoke with Dan on his show. But when you look at like this moment that we're in right now, I think we have never been in this moment the way we are right now. This is a very, very pivotal moment, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. So let me just thank you here. Okay. And the reason why this is such a pivotal moment is because we have had Megxit. We have had all of these things happen. And at the same time, we've already have what Harry and Meghan have ventured to do. They have done all the things that they had plotted and planned to do prior to Megxit. And now we're in this post-Megxit era. Okay, because they've pretty much done all the things that they had planned to do, and it's over. And so now we have the outcome of the initial Megxit. We have the outcome of the work that they were doing since Megxit started. So we have their Netflix deal, we have their Spotify deal, we have Meghan's book, The Bench. I think that was a little bit while they were still with the Royals, but still like around that time, because then they went to New York, and then they did the book Spare, and then they had Meghan's podcast, 2 podcasts, and the different shows that they did have with Netflix. like with Harry's Polo and the show around the children dancing, and then we had the Cookie Queens. Like, there's so much that has happened. And from all the things that have happened, and this is very, very telling, from all of the things, one second, I got to do something. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, people. Okay. So, from all the things that have happened, we're in this post era of everything. 1 second. And we can see that they failed at everything but the royal sagas, the Harry and Meghan, Netflix, and Spare. These are the only two items that yielded a substantial financial gain for Harry and Meghan. The only two out of all the other things that they did with Netflix, with Spotify, with the podcast that Meghan did. And they're going to have these fake royal visits where they don't really get a lot of support from people. Thank you so much. It is, can you just plug it in right here? The new ones. Yeah, plug it in right there. Thank you. Yeah. So we have only the things that closely align Harry and Meghan to their royal exit have been successful. Nothing else has been successful. So this era that we're in right now is so pivotal because we have the outcome. We had the build up to Megxit, we had Megxit, and then we had their, trying to work and make this whole thing in California be successful after leaving the royal family. But now we have who they truly and really are, no talent wackadoos, right? Like, that is what it is. They are officially stamped no talent wackadoos at this. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. Thank you. And now this book, Betrayal, the second book, not the first one, but the second book of Tom Bower is getting ready to come out to talk about all the things that I just read. And you find yourself, or at least Harry and Meghan nonetheless, find themselves in this position where they have to decide what is next. What is going to be your next thing that you're going to do that you believe is going to bring you success? That's kind of loud a little bit, that beeping noise. It's a little loud. Yep. I'm sending it for you. Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
I've never used it before. That's why
I think that might be a little bit too high, though. Like, I just say 80 would be better. Yeah, just go down to 7, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you.
Okay, Megan.
Thank you. So it's a little chilly where I'm at. I had to get some heat going. Okay, so this is this is a really exciting time for the officially stamped no talent wackadoos. Okay, it's official. So what do you do? So what do we see happening? Okay, so we see Meghan posting on her Instagram, and we see that some people have unfollowed her, like big people that she was supposed to be working with, like Ted Sarandos. There's an article that just came out about an hour ago. I'm going to talk to you about that. So, I got to hurry because the time is just so, oh my goodness. Okay. So what is going to happen now? So this right here is a moment where we have to look at the options that are available to Harry and Meghan. We have to look at what are the prospects for this couple, because as you can tell, they're suffering financially because they're going on another tour. Okay, they're going to be going to Australia. Now, I'm going to be doing a video, at least I've been doing some research. I plan to do a video on their not being welcomed in Australia. And I also heard that Meghan may not even be showing up to Australia. That's just a little bit of maybe. Okay. But the grifting is so deep right now. I mean, imagine Megan is charging people money to take a group photo with her, to listen to her speak. Like, who are these women that are buying tickets? Oops, sorry. Who are these people that are buying tickets to go see Megan and to listen to her speak that really are like a fan? Like, who is that typical woman? Why are certain people still aligned as if the Megxit is working or that it is happening? Like, that is to me a big mystery. Okay. And thank you so much for your membership, Teresa Jansen. Teresa Jansen, thank you so much for your membership. Thank you. So the issue becomes, like, who is that person? Because let me tell you what's going to happen. I see Harry and Meghan in this moment right now at the most polarized point in their relationship right now. And what we see happening with Meghan and her posting of on her Instagram, which is what I want to talk to you about. And then we're going to look at who has unfollowed her, because that is very significant. Okay. So let's pull that up. Give me a second. Okay, I'm going to pull it up. And I want to talk to you about why I believe their relationship is so polarized right now because of what Meghan is doing. First of all, she's trying to distract from this whole Netflix deal being this collapsing of this Netflix deal. And I think that is her trying to, a couple of things, trying to deflect from what has happened with Netflix right now and what is happening with her and Harry. Okay. You have to see it as a response to her relationship with Harry, because when you look at her and what she's doing with the children, you have to understand that is something that Harry is not wanting. And the placing of your child where no one can see her face, like, it's a complete setup. And the work that went behind her doing that setup with Lily shows you the level of manipulation that Meghan is taking this to, which I believe is in direct contrast to what Harry wants. And so this whole post makes it completely failed, stamped officially, no talented wackadoos who they are at this moment. It's like right there for the whole world to see. And Meghan's trying to distract from that. And Harry is, I believe, not happy with Meghan and what she is doing with Lily. Now, if you watch my interview with Dan, we talked about why she was always posting with Lily and not Archie. And it's interesting that she made a reference to Archie in the Instagram post, but you don't see him. You see Lily. And then there's issues around, like, even the little girl's grooming and everything. But yeah, so let's take a look at this.
Are you having fun, my love? Yes, I think you can. Let's go.
Prince Harry
Okay.
and Meghan.
So that was just, let me just go back one more time.
Having fun, my love?
Give me a reference.
Are you having fun, my love? Yes, I think you can. Let's go.
Okay, so I think it's interesting how Entertainment Tonight says that Lily crashes mom's photo shoot. That's a bold-faced lie, okay? That girl didn't crash nothing. It was planned. Meghan did that, and she aligned the flower so you couldn't see her face when she came in view. So no, Meghan is definitely not going to keep a post or do a post where her daughter crashes it, because the flowers were too perfectly placed to not show her face, and that's just not true. So, and let me just go back up to the other post here, the pictures that she actually showed during the post. Okay. Right here. And I will definitely, or actually they're making me do that. Okay. Now, one thing that I noticed when I did see her, let me share my screen. Is how she seems. I mean, and it's really sad to me because I don't understand what that is. And then I started thinking, and I hope what I'm thinking is not true, or because I just don't understand how when you're showing your daughter, she looks so unkempt. I mean, there's even a stain on this dress. If you look down here in the bottom left here, there's a stain on her dress. And I could almost see, how Megan is using the daughter to upset Harry, and then also not really caring much towards her grooming. And it's almost every time we see this child, she doesn't appear very well groomed. And a child doesn't know. The child only knows what the mom, at this age, especially, just, they only see the good in their parent. But I almost have to question Megan's motives. Why is your child so disheveled and unkempt when you are the offspring of royalty, especially? It seems sadistic to me. It seems like this is intentional. I can't imagine that you're that much of a bad mother that every time you make the effort to put your child on your Instagram, she appears sloppy and not very, and I hate saying that because this is a child. But this is the thing that, especially when I've done things in schools with kids, whether I'm in, a low income school or a school that's not low income, the times that I have gone into the schools, like, you can tell the kids who come from households where their parents really take pride in what their children look like. And the families don't necessarily have to be low income for that to be the case. But I almost have to question, why does this child always seem to have hair that is not combed, clothing that, like, the dress is wrinkled, it's stained, it's the strap on her arm or her shoulder is not even fixed, it's like crooked. Like, when you're getting ready to be on camera, at least you're kind of like, okay, do I look okay? My clothes okay? And then if you have a child, you're really like, okay, let me brush your hair, let me get you on some clean clothes. Like, is that not something that Megan looks to do? Because I don't want to think that Megan is presenting this child in a way with a very nonchalant, I don't care what she looks like kind of an attitude. And I almost wonder if that's what you think. So, and also, yes, that's true. There was the post that we saw where there was a bug on the plate of the food. It's a person that is not very well attentive to detail that has the money to hire people to be attentive to detail, because she's, and even the people that are in her orbit that take care of her and do things for her should be helping to advise on some of these things. And I know she's still got at least a couple of staff people from what I understand. I don't know. It just begs for me to question whether or not this is done on purpose or not. I don't know. I'm perplexed by it all, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. So thank you, Mom's Youth, for your super chat. And let's see what you have to say here. Okay, so you're saying Otis sending Paul's love of lovers from Gracie and Luna. Oh, I remember Gracie and Luna. I remember you. Yes, thank you. Hello to Gracie and Luna. Well, Otis went upstairs. He's just so independent. But I will send love from Gracie and Luna. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so you have to almost wonder, like, what is the motive for Megan? Now, there were a couple other posts or pictures that she put on her Instagram that I want to highlight for you here. And I'm so upset because I had all this stuff already populated. And then when my computer did that, I had to get rid of all of it to restart. So give me a second, folks. Give me a second, because I'm not logged into my Instagram here. So, okay, this is it. Okay, yep, this is it. Perfect. Okay, here we go. All right. Stop sharing, and then I'm going to share this. Share screen. This right here. Okay, so we just saw this video. And now this is the dress that I'm talking about. And if you look, can I zoom in on this? No, I can't. But if you look at this dress, oh my goodness. Right here, there is literally a stain on this dress. I mean, what in the world is happening here? I'm really feeling sorry for this child. Okay, and then here you see her right here. So my point is this: when Harry looks at this, and we know that Harry has these initiatives around like keeping children off of the internet, not wanting his children to be posted on the internet. If your goal is to not have your children on the internet, why in the world is Megan posting consistently this little girl on Instagram? Why is she creating curiosity around what the child looks like? Because we have seen what she looks like. We have seen a close-up picture of what she looks like in the past, but as she's growing, we don't really get to see much of what she looks like. Now, this is the picture that we have seen. Give me a second here. Okay, this picture right here. Okay, share this tab instead. Let me just stop sharing, and then I'm going to share this. So we know what she looks like based on previous photos that Megan has shared with us, but she's not sharing any new photos with her daughter. But this is the one where we have seen what she looks like in the past. Okay, so outside of this, and the one when she was like smaller than this, we haven't seen what she looks like. Okay. Now you're creating all of this curiosity around what she looks like, trying to sell and get a lot of views for your Instagram, using your daughter as a way to make money. which goes against everything that Harry has talked about. So, like I was mentioning earlier, we're in this post-Megxit thing because I think everything building up to Megxit has pretty much played out, okay? And now what for Harry and Meghan? Well, Meghan, and there's proof of this that is going to be in Tom Bower's book, and I mentioned it on Dan's show. What we see happening right now is Meghan going full throttle with her cultivating her individual image of her brand and what she didn't want to do when she was with Harry. Because one of the things that was a big problem for Netflix is that Meghan was using her As Ever brand as the thing that she put the most effort into. She wasn't putting a lot of effort into the Archwell things that they had discussed, things that she was going to do with Netflix. It became like a side thing. It wasn't really what they had wanted. They were going to be a part of this As Ever, but it wasn't supposed to be the thing that was going to have the most attention, most work done around Meghan's brand of selling these jams and other wares. It was supposed to be the production of the things produced through Archwell. And so there was a conflict even in the work that she was doing with Netflix. And we know how she's tried to change the messaging around wanting to now stand on her own, because that's the excuse that she's giving why she's no longer with Netflix, is that the brand is ready to stand on its own. Well, excuse me, when was the brand ever really doing well in the first place to then eventually be able to stand on its own? You know, that right there is just a lie. That is Meghan trying to save face around Netflix dropping her. Okay, so Meghan at this point doesn't even care. She doesn't care about anything around what has happened in the past. It's about her trying to stay afloat with her brand and what she's doing, because it doesn't matter what Harry wants. It doesn't matter that Harry doesn't want this child seen on social media, because why would you do it? You know, I can understand people who post every once in a while and they blur out their child's face and, oh, our daughter's face is showing. Can we just blur that out? Or, you know, you want to say something and you didn't mean to catch your child's, you know, profile or in the picture. You want to crop them out. Okay. But the constant and consistent trying to create posts that are showing your daughter without showing her face. And we've seen what she looks like when she was younger. So it's almost like she's trying to recreate this intrigue around her child. She's trying to do what they did in the Austin Power movies, where they would have a scene of someone's inappropriate parts and they would choreograph these moves where you're doing stuff, but you never saw the inappropriate parts of the body because of how they choreographed the subtle placements of items in the scene. And you were always on the edge of your seat like, oh, are we going to see it? Is it going to show? You know? And so that's why when you see what happened with Meghan's most recent posts, this post here, you see this right here, and Meghan looking like she's busy doing flowers, you know, and it looks like what the ET article said, Lily's crashed Meghan in her filming. That's a lie. It's intentional to create that. Will we see her? The curiosity factor once again around her daughter. Harry's not liking that. Forget what Harry says. I'm on my own. This is about me. This is my daughter too. I can do what I want to do. Right? So going back to even this right here shows you proof of it. You are playing to your daughter in this moment because you want this to be a photo that you deliberately uploaded to your Instagram. Not caring how she looks, trying to look caring, but proving to not really be that caring because your daughter always looks like, she's been out playing for several hours and you haven't bothered to even comb her hair or to make her look a little bit half decent. And then when we have this here where she comes into the scene and you don't see her, perfectly timed to not see her because you've placed the flowers there and you've told your daughter to come into the scene, and then I'm going to say something to you and then we're going to walk out. Like, she's strategically doing things to build this curiosity around her daughter by having things placed in a way so you don't see her, because she wants you to be curious about her daughter. She wants to keep up the intrigue, the moments of not quite knowing something around her post, which is her daughter. Essentially using her, because Megan always has her hair combed. Megan always has her makeup on. Megan's always wearing something decent when she's on there. Why is it always so lackluster for her daughter? Just something to think about, because this is a very important moment in time that we're dealing with, because this is a moment where Megan and Harry are done with everything they had planned to do. And now what? What is actually going to happen now? What is going to be the outcome of what we see? Is she going to show up in Australia for the grift? Because from what I've heard, I don't think they're going to get that much of a great welcome as they think they will. And it was that Harry was supposed to go, and then Megan is grifting off of going to Australia. And I did a video on this where they're not even going to really spend that much time together when they are in Australia. The majority of their time in Australia is going to be apart. Now, I have to thank you for honesty and truth. Thank you. And she is saying that the dress does not fit the child, far too big. Interesting. Okay, so that was something that I hadn't. Let me just take a look again at the dress. I didn't see it to be too big, but I could be wrong. Let me just take another look at it. Yeah, I guess if you look at this part right here, like to the front, it does seem a little bulky. And which is for me, I like wearing sundresses because you can, you don't have to wear something that's very form fitting. You don't really know how much you're trying to cover up, But yeah, that could be the case as well. But just like here on the strap, how it's bent over, there's a stain, it's wrinkled, her hair is unkempt. It just is not a good look. Okay. And we try to show our children in the best light as possible. And then Megan, what she is doing is clearly intentional. So let's look at who has stopped following Megan. Well, the main person that has come out since an hour ago that is talking about no longer following Megan on her Instagram is Ted Sarandos. And that's very telling. Now, this is the other thing, and this was something that I actually mentioned when I was on Dan's show. Somebody that works amongst, and it makes sense. So, and I can kind of verify who they were, but it was somebody in California that at a high profile place of employment that knew that Megan has befriended Nicole, the wife of Ted Sarandos. And what they said was that Megan had befriended, was really like wanted to be close to Nicole and was confiding in her a lot as if she was like her psychiatrist. And the way she made it sound was that Megan was very upset at a lot of things that were happening and going to Nicole to confide in her about all the things that she was having trouble with. And I think part of that is why Ted was trying to show so much grace to Megan, because, you know, Nicole is Ted's wife. And, you know, and I know if I had a friend and my friend was working for my husband, you know, my husband better be treating her right. That's my friend. But if I'm slowly falling out with my friend, then my husband gonna fall out too. So it's interesting that we see that Ted has unfollowed Megan. He has unfollowed her As Ever brand. Okay. And leaves them with a lot of product. So where was the headline here? I saw the headline. Ted, yeah. He no longer follows Megan on Instagram. Okay. So that's interesting because that says that perhaps Nicole has fallen out as well. So it says that Meghan Markle is adamant that while she and Netflix ended their partnership in As Ever and their first and everything else with the exception of their first look deal, she is still very good friends with Netflix boss Ted Sarandos and his wife Nicole Avant. Now, in the recent Vanity article, we all know about that, right? Talked about that. Inside Meghan and Harry's falling out with Netflix and why the royal couple is struggling in Hollywood, 3 insiders told the outlet that Netflix chief Sarandos is fed up with the pair, who per sources have been known to text directly with the CEO about their projects, and do many A-listers who work with the streamer. Similarly, Chief Content Officer Bella Bajaria is said to have grown weary of the Sussex pact. Yeah, and so they have all like millions and millions of dollars of this As Ever brand product. So Megan is in a panic right now because she is trying to sell these products. And what better way to sell her products than using Lily to be a part of her Instagram posts to sell these products and to create this, curiosity factor around what her daughter looks like. Okay, so they are going to say that it's inaccurate that they have lost faith in the couple. Of course they're going to say that because that's what Hollywood does. But if you've intentionally unfollowed this woman, what else are you trying to tell us? You cannot pee on my leg and tell me it is raining. I'm sorry. No. Okay. So he has unfollowed her is what the report is. As you can see here, Netflix Chief Content Officer Bella Bajaria also unfollowed Megan. So there has been a shift in the relationship, not only of Megan's partnership with Netflix, but also, I believe, with Megan and her husband, Harry, because Harry is fed up. He wants to go back. And not only that, there was an article, and I haven't done the video. I wanted to do a video on what Megan's reaction was to people saying that she was going to go back to the UK, because she's making it clear she does not want to go back to the UK. But Harry is saying he wants that. That's what he wants. So let me imagine this, that Megan and Harry are in a big conflict right now because Megxit did not work out. They have no money. They have millions and millions of dollars of product of Megan's that has been unsold. Megan is using this child, Lily, constantly over and over again on her Instagram to sell these products that she needs to sell. And Harry is done. People are unfollowing you that were once your partners. And you say that you are only no longer working with Netflix because As Ever is ready to stand on its own. we don't have the training wheels on anymore. We can take them off because we got this. Well, then why would he unfollow you? Why would Netflix executives unfollow you if they're still supporting you and pushing you off to go stand on your own? You see, and that's part of it too, how Megan tries to take something that we know is a lie, but she wants to put a pretty smile on it and make it look like it's not a lie. It's not negative. It's positive. Because that's what Hollywood does, just like with Ted Sarandos. Of course, he's going to come out and say to the public, it's inaccurate. I've never said anything, negative, or I still have a good relationship with, Megan. Everything is still good. I never said that I would never speak to her alone without my attorneys present. I never said that. But it was heard that this happened. Oh, no, that's a lie. There's always a little bit of truth in a lie, or even in a joke, because they said they were joking. And there is a lot of truth in what is happening that is not meant to be heard, because it makes sense that people would start to fall off from Megan and what she is doing, because Megan has a history of doing that with the people that she works with her own family, with people, with her in-laws, now with her husband. This is a scenario of a collapse of big proportions. And I've said it several times in my video, of an implosion. And that's what we are set for right now. What's going to happen? Is Megan going to stay in America and Harry's just going to go off to the UK? What's going to happen? What is your future? How are you making money? Because what I have heard is that they have no money. And it makes sense that they would be struggling financially, because they have let a lot of staff go. As Ever is collapsing. I don't care what Megan thinks she's going to post that is going to keep her afloat to continue living that lifestyle that she's trying to live. Like, it's not working. And so this is a complete shift in the dynamic of Harry and Meghan's relationship right now. We even saw when they went to Jordan how Harry wanted nothing to do with Meghan. We all remember this. Let me show you this, what happened when they were in Jordan.
Thank you so much for all of your efforts.
We saw that. He was completely trying to ghost that woman, trying to not touch her hand because she wanted to hold his hand. Like, we see it playing out when we see them out, because we're not fooled by it. We're not fooled. And so that's what we have happening right now, folks. I mean, you can't tell me any differently. And I think Meghan is playing a very dangerous game with her husband, Harry, and these posts with Lily, and trying to use it to make money and to post pictures of the daughter. Forget Harry or Archie, whatever, my love. I mean, come on. You can't tell me that this girl is... Okay, what is that? So I'm just going to go through a couple things here. And you know what? I almost have to agree. I don't think she will be successful in anything that she does. The only thing that they can do is what they have done around the royal family. That's the extent of their success, is slagging off the royal family. If you are here, please go ahead and hit the like button so that I can at least get some support for this live. I am so sorry about all the little hiccups at the beginning of the live. But I think we're in a very pivotal moment right now. The pool is... Are you serious, Paula M? There's poop in the beach in Australia. The pool is a mess. Huh. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy how Megan is using her daughter now, and I think using her in a way that doesn't put the daughter in the best light. That's the worst kind of abuse. Like I feel it is a form of abuse because, like I said before, when I've seen children in school environment, and it's the kids whose parents don't really care about their children who come to school the messiest, the dirtiest, the most unwell groomed. But to then do that and to post them on social media looking as if you don't care anything about what they look like, I think is a form of abuse. And it just is troubling to me. And I know we've said a lot of things about Megan and the things that she is and the kind of person that she is, but I just don't quite think we really fully understand to the depths of what kind of person Megan really is. Because when you see her doing what she's doing to her child, you almost have to question her intent. What are your intentions? What are your intentions, Megan, when you show up? First of all, even making a post with your daughter, knowing your husband doesn't want that, but then to curate this curiosity factor around your daughter, placing things in a way to hide her face and to choreograph a setup, and then to have her looking the way she's looking is very bad to me. And I don't want to prematurely say things that maybe are not, the case, but I don't know. I'm feeling somewhat troubled by it. So let's thank you so much, Mystica Rose. Thank you so much. She says, if you see H&M together and with William and Catherine together, you can tell which couple really loves each other. Megan is always touchy-feely, but William and Catherine don't need to touch. Yes, the looks that they exchange says it all. Thank you so much, Mr. Rose, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. They have a look that is caring and real. Like you see them with each other, and you know that it's a real thing. It's the real deal with them. It's the real deal. So that's what I wanted to say for this live. I just these posts that Megan was making most recently, I think points to a bigger problem that we really need to use our third eyeball with, and we really need to look intentionally at it, knowing everything that we know, and that the fact that we are where we are right now with Harry and Meghan in this moment in time, like the next moves for them are huge. Whatever it is that they decide to do, whether it's stay in California, which I doubt, where Meghan will stay, but Harry, I feel, is really going to go back. And when they go to Australia, they won't be together as much. They're going to spend most of their time apart. Meghan's going to continue trying to make money off of this child and keep her looking the way she's been looking. And this is where you start to see the tiny things become big things between Harry and Meghan. Right now, there's small little conflicts. But these conflicts are going to grow, and they're going to grow. Before you know it, it's going to be War of the Sussexes. That's how I see it, based on everything we have seen up to this point. And that's just how I feel about it. All right, everyone. I would stay. I mean, it's been an hour. I usually end in an hour, but I do have to go back to work for my charity. And someone did ask my charity. I will put in the thing down here. I have a training to do, and that is my organization. And I will see you all in my next live next week, Thursday. And I apologize again for all the technical difficulties. I will have a video out tomorrow. And yeah, this is very interesting times where we're in right now. I will see you all next week, Thursday, on my live and in my video tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. And thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Lizzie B. And thank you for all the super chats and stickers and for your comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for all of your support as well to my charity. I really, really do appreciate you guys.